how have you tried to maintain that community connection once you got out and retired? And what would you recommend to people who are preparing for their transition to foster their own community so that they're not just on an island when they get out?
Yeah, I think you have to go. So what I did is, so when I came down to San Antonio, again, I didn't know anybody, right? My wife, we don't know anybody. Like, we don't
Yeah.
know anybody, right? And she's working at Randolph Air Force Base. There's a group here in San Antonio, Mill City meetups. So Sam and Ray Domingo. Sam was a recruiter for the Sam's his wife. Ray was the recruiter for the Air Force. Sam's, her wife, they were, he was in, and they created this group. Quincy and Chuck, God, Quincy probably going to kill me. I know Chuck was in the army. I think Quincy was in the army too. So they created this group. And they do monthly meetups. And so I remember going to one of my first ones. Like the founder for Grunt Style was with there. Tim Jensen, who's still with Grunt Style, was there, and like you were hearing those guys. And I got picked up a black rifle. And then once I got picked up a black rifle, like I really kind of became involved with them because I saw the power that it would be. Because you would have like 50 to 200 people show up, and we're at different locations. It could be a bar, one could be somewhere else, but it wasn't a job fair. It was networking, right? It's just literally talking to somebody, you know, hey, and networking can lead to obviously jobs. I mean, I find that jobs really go to that. So it was that's what got me. And so that's what I would really recommend. And even now, like I'm talking to you and people probably like, and I'm not introverted. I mean, I'm extroverted, but like you go to a lot of these sometimes and it's like, oh, because you still walk in and you'll know maybe a good familiar 5 to 10 faces, but you still have like 150 other ones that you don't know, right? It can be a little daunting, and they're usually at night, right? Like 6 PM. You're tired, you gotta be turned on. Like being an extrovert and being turned on is tough work, man.
Yeah, it's being switched on because you want to have good conversation. Like you don't want to just show up and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Billy. How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. What
Right.
do you like?
Right.
I don't know. What do
Yeah.
you like? Yeah, it's cool. We're in a brewery. Do you like beer? Stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know?
because you're there to help people. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I don't ever, and I don't wanna make it sound like it's never a chore by any means, but
No, of
that's what you have. But the reason you have to do it. Like, I've
course.
actually drugged my wife. So my wife is kind of more introverted. She's gone to about like 2 or 3 of them with me, which isn't many, but she's gone. But she doesn't need to, but I'm like, "You don't need to now."
Mhm.
And then that's what Ray and team and Quincy and the whole everyone sees is you'll get people who are still in.
Yeah,
And because, it could be a year or 2 years, but they're like, "Hey, I see this. I've heard about it. Like, I wanna just hang out." And you're like, "Yeah, great.
yeah,
When
and
you
I think
when you
that
getting out?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not getting out from 2 years from now." And you're like, "Okay."
yeah, I think it's good that
Yeah.
people do that though. I mean, the hopefully one of my goals for this podcast is get enough reach into the military because people don't need to necessarily be looking for jobs 3 years out. And they actually, if you're
No.
listening to this, don't look for jobs 3 years out. They won't hire you.